baby bears are deceased. I repeat, the baby bears are absolutely gobbled, chewed up, spit out, and covered in their own filth. As Ripple completely slam dunks and crunches Gary G and the SEC into Turkey Town, Bear Boys worldwide let out a squeal, with the DXY breaching to its lowest levels in 15 months, below 100, and inflation cooling, Bitcoin halving approaching, and stocks absolutely ripping. The biggest bull market since the beginning of mankind and beyond has begun. Right now, the price of Bitcoin and specifically top altcoins are absolutely ripping and dipping to the upside, while I'm wearing a kimono and literally eating chicken fingers whenever I want. This is truly every man's dream. It's absolutely insane. But Bitcoin currently sitting around the $31,000 level. We see the DXY dipping below 100 for the very first time since back, I believe, in April of 2022. We're seeing XRP up 50, 60, 70%. We're seeing top altcoins up 10, 15, 20% as well. And this truly is the beginning of something much bigger and absolutely, without question, without doubt, this is literally the most bullish thing to happen to the crypto space in the past like 3+ years. Honestly, based on like the ramifications of this, it could be basically the single most bullish thing that has ever happened to crypto. And I kind of want to explain why that is. And in regards to my Phoenix trading competition, it actually begins on the 17th now. We pushed the dates back a few days, but it will be from the 17th to 21st to sign up, and then the 21st until August 7th. But if you're interested, just sign up with the link below, and registration begins if you have an account already with my link below on the 17th. So with everything going on in crypto right now, we have XRP completely obliterating the SEC, which is gigantic. If the SEC cannot beat XRP in a lawsuit, which it was widely speculated for the last few years, it would be one of the easiest targets for the SEC to go after, even though myself and many people absolutely know that the SEC is overreaching and wrongfully, probably unjustly, illegally going after these companies in these crypto projects. Specifically, though, XRP was potentially seen as one of the easiest targets for the SEC to be able to dismantle. And it looks as though it's going the complete opposite way. It looks as though a judge ruled that XRP is not a security, which has huge ramifications for not only XRP and not only all of those coins listed in the recent SEC lawsuits, like Polygon, like Cardano, like many others. It has ramifications for the entire crypto space. Because the SEC has been overreaching. They've been kind of just doing the worst possible job they could, just trying to throw out lawsuits everywhere they could to see what could stick. And it looks as though there is some level of competence in the government and with these judges that they at least see through what the SEC is doing. But combined with that, we see inflation slowing down. We got the lowest inflation, lowest CPI report just this week. Stock market is completely pumping on that as well. The Bitcoin halving is less than like 280 days away, which has always led to a massive bull market. Institutions are getting in, and a Bitcoin spot ETF, if approved, would be the biggest amount of inflow of capital in the history of crypto, period, times 10, right? There is no arguing that. And also we're seeing the DXY below 100 for the first time in 15 months and continuing to crash as well. So truly, if you're bearish on Bitcoin at this point, you literally have to be delusional, right? It was okay during a bear market, like the extreme bear market where it was lower low after lower low, lower high, and so on and so forth. But over these last 6.5 months of 2023 that we've already completed, all the way up to the middle of July, it has become so obvious that the trend has changed, right? I've been saying it for months. Many people have been saying it for months. But now I think even now, finally, most people are starting to realize, okay, this can get very bullish very quick, right? And that's what's so exciting about this. What's truly exciting about this is that it can happen, we're at the very beginning stages of it. So as it happens, I think you have so much ability to take advantage of it now. 6 months from now, a year from now, it's not going to be the same thing. In these past 6 months have been the optimal time to get into crypto. I looked at some of my long positions just today, and I'm up massively on these long positions because I told you I've been updating everyone that I've been longing these markets since I think my Bitcoin entry was around 17 or 18K, and then obviously a couple altcoin entries as well, up massively. And I think that there's still so much more upside to go here. SEC not looking too good. This has been a huge loss for the SEC, huge win for Ripple. But according to Stuart Alderati here, It's a huge win, and as a matter of law, XRP is not a security. Also a matter of law, sales on exchanges are not securities. Sales by executives are not securities. Other XRP distributions to developers, to charities, to employees are not securities. And this has very broad, wide-reaching effects, and that is why the market is pumping. That is why this is seen as so good here. James Fillon here on Twitter also stating that the most important part of this decision by the in the XRP case is that programmatic sales are not securities, and because a programmatic buyer stood in the same shoes as a secondary market purchaser, secondary market sales are not investment contracts, aka they're not securities. And Cameron Winklevoss also highlighting that it's not a security, which means the sales on crypto on exchanges are not securities, and they have no SEC has no jurisdiction over them. It's a watershed moment, he says, that relegates the SEC to traditional finance and makes it a dinosaur regulator, basically. And that's the most obvious thing. But we've been fighting very non-obvious things for the past couple of years in regards to the SEC. We take a look at Bitcoin, which is actually up massively right now as well. Highest level that it's been actually since it was falling back in June of 2022. So in well over a year, these are the highest prices Bitcoin has seen. Just very bullish. But more importantly, the reason altcoins are pumping is because today's decision more so impacts altcoins. We see Polygon up roughly 18%. We see Ethereum up about 7%. Cardano up 20%. If you're interested in staking your Cardano, you can use our pool below. Sign up or just delegate to our pool. It takes 30 seconds and you completely retain control of that as well. XRP was up, I think, over 85% at one point. Currently, it's 80 cents, 70% at the time of making this video. The stock market completely ripping as well. NASDAQ up almost 2%. We see the SPX up about 8%. And the reason this is big to me, forget all these macro patterns that I think absolutely will bust to the upside. So much potential for massive gains. Very obvious in my opinion. Forget all of that though. This decision and the way that this SEC versus XRP lawsuit has played out is potentially going to be one of the biggest catalysts of this bull market period. XRP was completely dumped on the past few years. I believe they got sued like at the very height of the last bull market, and it completely like ruined XRP price and really just hurt investors a lot, right? Talk about manipulation. But it looks as though that potentially this is going to be the exact opposite here, where in the depths of the bear market as we enter into a new bull market, XRP might be, this decision from the SEC might be the biggest catalyst itself. Not to even mention a Bitcoin spot ETF is completely massive, and that looks to be like the number 2 story here. There's so much fuel here. And it boggles my mind that there are still people out there that believe we're going to 10K for the next 2 years. Absolutely insane. It makes no sense. These people literally have worms in their brain. I just cannot fathom being so unaware of what's happening. But with that as well, I mean, Bitcoin's monthly chart, this momentum is just getting started here. Over the next year, this is what I expect. Now, there's going to be pullbacks. There's going to be dumps. There's going to be sideways. But ultimately, if the news even continues half, even 10% as good as it looks like it's shaping up, with inflation cooling, with the dollar dumping, the stock market pumping, with the SEC completely overreaching and not being able to do all the things they've been trying to fear people into for the past couple of years, and with the halving coming closer, it is so obvious to me what is happening here. And remember to sign up with my link to Femex below if you're interested in trading. In addition, signups for my trading competition begin on the 17th in just a few days, and that lasts until the 21st. And then the competition itself begins on the 21st and goes until August 7th. A lot of rewards, and if you're just interested, make sure to sign up with the link below. Without any further ado,